Cheers and welcome to Cooking with MoWino, and we are drinking white wine tonight. This is a lovely dry Vino Verde, and we are going to make chicken and wine sauce. In truth, I had 4 white wine bottles open in my fridge tonight, and Vino Verde is the one we are selecting to cook with and to drink. So I have a fry pan here that is heating up, and I have prepared skinless, boneless chicken thighs that are cut in about 1-inch pieces, and I have salt and peppered them liberally, and we are just going to put them into this fry pan, which is very hot. We're putting it in dry without any oil or butter because it's a nice Teflon finish on the pan, so it's going to be fine. And the pan is very hot, but we don't hear it sizzling. But if you can see, there's some smoke coming up from the chilled chicken. So basically, this is a really easy middle of the week dinner. Like I said, it's boneless chicken thighs. You can use chicken breasts if you want, but I think the thighs give a lot of a better, more taste, if you will. And so basically, you're gonna brown these up, add some vegetables, pour in some wine, and maybe some chicken broth, and let it simmer, let it gel, let it all take a nice bath together with a lid on it. And when it's all the vegetables are tender, we're going to see how much liquid is in the pan, and we might add some more, we might thicken it up. It's one of those kind of things you play as you go. And I've already made some saffron rice in the back, and we're going to put the chicken and vegetables over the rice, and the wine has also been flavoring in the rice. So we're going to get this going and come back. So our chicken pieces I've turned them all over. They're not brown, but we're just trying to get the pinkness off of them. And mostly just keeping them sauteed and tender. And as you can see, some juice has cooked out of the chicken. Now there's no oil, no butter, nothing in the pan. It was a dry pan when I put this in. And now shows you how simple this is going to be. I have a 1/2 cup of very petite baby carrots. I have a 1/2 cup of sliced radishes. Whoops. Jumping radishes. 1/4 cup of chopped purple onion. And a cup of sliced cremini onions. Mushrooms, cremini mushrooms. Now, all I'm going to do is give this a very sloppy and rough stir so that we have a very full pan of our vegetables. And again, there's only salt and pepper here. We are going to add a cup of our Vino Verde. And I'm going to also add a 1/2 cup of chicken broth. Now there seems to be a little bit of a foam, and that is the effervescence of the Vino Verde. There's a little bit of bubble-ish in there. So that's where these little white things are coming up here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is put the lid on and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Then we're going to check on it, check on the tenderness of the vegetables, and then I'm going to decide what goes next. There's various options here. I could thicken up the broth. I'm going to add some capers for sure, but also might add some Dijon mustard. We're going to take a improvisational dinner, but no matter what, it's one dish, one easy pan, and it's 30 minutes. Chicken and vegetables have been simmering in the wine sauce for 15 minutes. So we are going to take the lid off and see how we're doing. Okay, so we have chicken that's definitely done and tender. The carrots are a little bit still tight. And we have a great deal of broth that looks pretty thin to me. So we're going to do a few things to enhance it. First of all, we are going to add a heaping tablespoon of Dijon mustard. We are going to add a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of dried tarragon, a large tablespoon of capers with a little bit of the brine. And now we're going to mix all this up. Now the point of this dish is to have chicken that is absorbing wine, and the vegetables are but an accompaniment. Usually I try to go very heavy on vegetables, but in this case I wanted it to be about the wine and the sauce and the rice that we're going to put it on that'll help soak up all those lovely juices. Okay, so that butter thickened up the sauce a little bit. I'm going to turn it down, and I'm going to add a cup of chopped blanched asparagus. So they've already been cooked, so we just want to heat them through. This is going to give some nice color to the dish. I was going to mix this and put them over the rice and then just sort of layer it, the chicken and the sauce over the asparagus and the rice. But I'm trying to make this a simple one dish meal, so throwing it into the pot. And the chicken is still the dominant force here, so. Okay, I got a great color off of the broth. And I decided not to thicken it up because I thought it was perfect. I'm just going to give a finishing touch of a fresh squeeze of lemon juice. The acid of the lemons will really brighten up before serving. And now we're going to serve it over saffron rice that was white rice in chicken broth, saffron, and wine that we made prior to the video. Yum. Cheers.